Okay, everybody, it's me, Joey. You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes here to get ready because I'm all alone right now. And when I'm all alone, it's even harder to get the show ready than it is when I'm not all alone. You know how that is. So I gotta like talk and do things all at the same time. So that's what I'm here to do right now, is talk and do things at the same time. If you just give me 2 minutes, I will set the show up and people will be joining us soon. And I'll show you what I'm up to in a second here. Okay, there we go. So I had to set the live stream up so that there is a proper image. That's the first thing I have to do. So that's really important. This is Comedeorology. This is your science about how much the weather sucks in Canada. This is your show. That's right. So we will be with you here in just a minute still. And now I got to share it to social media so that people know we're live. I'm a few minutes late showing up even. I'm all alone, as I said. We're live. Gotta tell everybody everybody in the group chat so that everybody knows. So I'll be with you. I'm almost ready now. I'm almost ready. Finally, it took me a little while here tonight. And I do have some weather stories to go over before the other guys show up. So bear with me. Not much for weather stories. We got some warmth building into Western Canada. Not as much for BC as we'd like. Certainly for the prairies. There's major rain going on in Quebec right now. That's something we'll look at right away here in 1 second. We're live. Come on in and ask us a question in the chat. There we go. Okay. Just about ready here. So sorry about that. Sorry it took me a while. Usually Brandon would be here with us, but to start the show off right away, he likes to show up nice and early. He's punctual like that. However, Brandon Hauk right now is golfing for a little bit longer. So we do expect him to show up for show time, but we do have to anticipate his golfing going on a little longer. So almost in Churchill, where Joe Stover is from, we do have a report from Joe Stover we'll be showing on the show. The show really starts at 7 p.m. So that's what's going on here, is that we make this show every week that we broadcast to radio and TV. I do put it on YouTube. And we put a condensed version of the show, which we start recording at 7 here. And yeah, so it goes on C4 88.7 FM in Prince George and CKUW 95.9 in Winnipeg and CFBX 92.5 Kamloops, and it goes on Rogers television stations in Vancouver Island. So several there, I believe, up and down the island. So that's really nice. So we do have a report from Joe that will be airing probably in about an hour's time, as well as a report I had from C4 Radio sponsored event that happened in Prince George at the Omanika Arts Center. That was B.A. Johnston came, and it was fucking awesome. I loved it so much. It was good to see B.A. He's a good old buddy. And he's very talented, very funny. So I do have a video to show you that. We got some Frankie videos, and we got a new guest coming in from the East Coast of the United States. Meteorologist Mark Ingalls has completed his move to British Columbia and has already started his new job. And there was a crazy amount of weather stories that happened in the United States this week and Canada. And he forecasts weather for energy, basically, right? So it's like he got thrown right into his new job with crazy weather happening everywhere all at once. So I'm sure he'll have lots to talk to us about that. Tadoule Lake has reported 88 millimeters of rain over the past 36 hours. That's quite a bit for that area. Accumulations of 10 to 20 millimeters expected in Tadoule by Saturday morning. So guys, this is great. Thanks, Environment Canada. The rain should end by Saturday morning when skies begin to clear. So because all those times when the sky's clear but the rain continues. Okay, let's find another thing. I'm miffed at Environment Canada right now because the radar station in Prince George is down, and we had some pretty cool weather going on while that was happening. Severe thunderstorm watch for Ile de Boucherville and places like that in Quebec. So I also don't like this aspect of the watch system. I wish that maybe there's like an outline, and then when you clicked on it, maybe it was sort of transparent like this, so that you can zoom in and see where things are. Right? You shouldn't have to click off of it to see that Matagouche, Montreal, Longueuil, Prevost, Lac Provost, the Reservoir, Talrot, Saint Ignace de Lac, Saint Michael de Saint, all those places that are under severe storm watch right now. Salberry to Valleyfield, all up and down. But if you click on the thing to read the watch, then 50 millimeters of thunderstorms are possible within a few hours or less. That's been going on there, and that's part of a larger weather system that's going to bring stormy weather to not quite to Frankie, but I think tomorrow, but to this section of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and making its way eastward. So here's rainfall warnings right now in Quebec. 50 millimeters of rain expected through Friday. Additional amounts could exceed 50 millimeters in some thunderstorms within a few hours. So they're getting rain up there. And a special weather statement, 20 to 40 millimeters rain. Some could have 50. So again, that's in parts of Quebec. It's in this big gray blob here that if I click off of it, I can see is Shawinigan and Trois-Rivières, Drummondville. And over in Quebec City, we do have this that if I click on it, I can't read. Rainfall warning of 50 millimeters in the, now I can't read it. Malbaie, Chanel de Sud, Mount Apica. So I want to have a look at that on radar in a second, but here, let's go have a look at the big picture, because the big picture is fun. Give it a second to load up. Here's today's satellite thermal image, infrared. So it's measuring heat primarily. It's measuring water vapor heat. And we can see here are equatorial winds, always carrying things from east to west. Lots of thunderstorms down there. Isn't that neat today? Down in Cuba, big time thunderstorms. I don't know if some of these are in danger of becoming tropical lows. Oops. I don't know if some of these are in danger of becoming tropical lows or not. These are, suspicious looking weather systems. I bet you Frankie knows. We could go look at United States hurricane. Flow looks like it's going the direction you want it to go. So that's nice for now. Here's that weather bomb up in the far north where rain has desperately been needed. So that's nice. That's nice. Yellowknife getting a little bit of rain today. Let's have a play through it. Sometimes this frustrates me. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Whoosh. So just missing Joe up there in Churchill. Moving its way northward, bringing some warmth up there. There is warmth coming up there. There's warmth coming everywhere. Here's our line moving through Quebec. Fantastic. Isn't that beautiful? And look at this low pressure system over here. This is great. It's got a great spin on. This is just 12 hours we're looking back. Oh no, yeah, just 12 hours. Here we go. Nice cyclonic action. So that's got to be bringing cold air down into here and helping feed these guys, right? That's obviously partly behind. We have warm air pushing in behind. So this is helping make this clash that's and this is pretty dry air coming in from the north, I'm sure. So pretty neat how you can see how that system is feeding into this line that's developing and more or less convectively throughout the day and cooling off, settling down as it comes into night. And looking over to British Columbia, side of the country. That's a pretty big weather bomb out there still, out in the Pacific. So it remains to be seen if that will be coming our way in some shape or form. So I think we were really expecting, and and I said this last week even, a couple weeks ago, like they kept, we kept having models that would call for heat to move into British Columbia. That was I got somebody here. Mark Engels is here. Said heat would be moving into British Columbia, and I was, yeah, okay. And then, May 31st came and no heat arrived. And, it's been kind of like that. Keeps getting pushed back. And so we expected, I think, maybe what's coming in BC to be a little warmer than it will be. And hope, a little longer lasting. And, the day kind of gets pushed back and I don't know. So we're not really getting that same warmth.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, well, look at some of that heat down there, eh? Hey, Mark, how's it going, man? You're here now.
Good. How are you? Am I the only one?
You are the only one. I've been talking
You
up a
just been talking to
storm.
yourself?
It's been really fucking hard.
It's about what your kids are used to when they're at your house.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, Dad's just
exactly.
rambling on about nonsense again.
How hot has that been down there? Some of that stuff, that's been some crazy. I heard like 125 in Texas the other day.
Well, that's the heat index. I mean, the actual temperature was only 105 or about 40
Oh, okay.
C.
Bunch of
But it's
whiners.
down there. Down there, we're talking about south of San Antonio, kind of where the Rio Grande goes into the Gulf, and that is a very humid region.
Yeah, for sure.
It is not uncommon to have heat indexes that high. It's not uncommon to have temperatures that warm. Like it sucks and it is becoming more frequent, but it already wasn't uncommon.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I know when I was down in Texas in it was mostly August, I was on Lake Houston. And yeah, I mean, it was mostly very humid, right? Like, and and Ontario can be that way as well. So
Yeah, but Ontario's not getting to 40 C,
no, and it doesn't have the length of heat season, obviously, that Texas does.
right?
That's
I
quite
mean, South
apparent.
Texas, South Texas can get pretty hot even in the winter.
Yeah, exactly right. And look at that heat up in northern Quebec. What's that like?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, eh?
That's anomalous.
Huh. That would make that low a thermal low. If you want to do me a favor, open up the three dots here next to the heart and the sunshine and all that stuff.
Yeah, the more.
Um, and then ISO lines of pressure, change that up above, like, nope, down. There you go. No, leave it on, but change. You see that there's a drop
Oh
down
yeah.
menu. Change that to
Yeah.
geopotential height. And then let's roll that forward again to where the heat was at.
Who was that? Tomorrow. I gotta move my head here.
Seems weird that it's a low, but it's that warm.
Someone else showing up. I can't see who because of the different things I got open. Yeah, well, here's the next question. Does everyone agree on that? Yeah, they do.
It's Hilding.
Hey, Hilding. So yeah, there's more or less agreement that there's
Yeah.
very hot temperatures in northern Quebec,
Well,
28 C.
hopefully there's no dry thunderstorms up there. Otherwise, hello fires.
Well, there's a lot of thunderstorms that are going on today. A lot of rain. I do have radar scope open, and the other side of me. How you doing, Hilding? How's Canada,
I'm doing
Mark?
okay. Yeah.
Canada is awesome. Actually, it's not so awesome because my family's not up here yet. So I'm kind of just twiddling my thumbs. I don't really like being
You're on the other side of the
alone.
border now?
Yeah, I am. I am 5 kilometers in. Uh, living off
Well,
a
that's a good
30-second
start.
here in Surrey. Uh, yeah, I've been kind of like riding my bike a little bit after work to kind of explore town and see what's going on. I had some awesome Mexican food down on in White Rock earlier this week. Um, I tried poke for the first time, and that was okay. That's
What's
about what I
poke?
expected. It is like sushi, but in a rice bowl, and the fish is raw.
Oh yeah, I like that kind of thing.
It was okay. I mean, I'm not big on seafood in general, um, so that's already a barrier. But yeah, I mean,
Barrier.
I, uh, I mean, it sucks that I'm alone up here, but I think it's going to be really awesome once my family's up here. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to do. I literally like from my door to the Thrifty Foods or whatever it is about 50 meters. Um, there's a Walmart about 500 meters away. Like it, so
So it must feel just like America.
yeah, right, yeah. Because Thrifty Foods is basically Safeway.
Is it? Yeah.
I think they're owned by the same company. But yeah, there's London Drug right here, and Thrifty, and Walmart, and my bank is right here. So like, it's I'm only gonna have to leave here like this area for work and for fun. Like I'm not gonna have to be like, oh, do I want to drive 15 miles to go get groceries? Like, no, I'm not going to have to think about that because it's literally, oh, we need some cheese. All right, let me run downstairs real quick.
So here's a pre-show thing for both of you. Your cameras are facing. There's windows kind of in the image, and they're making an unnecessary brightness behind you. You can just tilt your camera somehow so there's not a window right there.
Well, I did have it this way because I didn't want the pile of crap.
What about the wall on the other side?
It's a pile of crap.
To your right?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean
Is
this
mine
right
bothering you
right
too much,
here?
Johnny?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. There's my balcony
Oh,
door.
that's better. And at least if and you can move yourself, that at least balances the light. Actually.
Well, then I'll be. Well, then you won't be able to see me.
No,
All
I
right.
will actually.
We'll do the pile of crap, and then I will just blur the background.
No, it actually balanced the light quite nicely, so it worked.
Too late.
Did mine work better?
Yeah, that's even better, Hilding. And I
Okay.
got like I find that too, like even that brightness that's glaring off my cabinet. Here comes Hauk. Even that brightness that's
Ooh.
glaring off my lockers back there is a constant problem. But I used to have my spotlight, and it burnt out. It was like a proper theater spotlight.
Gosh dang it. How do I blur my back? Oh, I select background, I bet.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do.
What? Why won't it let me blur it? Gosh, I'll figure this out.
And it burnt. So there we go. Just checking in now. I got the live stream going. So if anyone's on here, feel free to comment and ask questions down in the chat. The
Or
theme
feel
for
free
tonight.
to tell me how to blur the background. That would be cool too.
Yeah, I think it's under camera options. You click on where it says stop video. There's a little arrow. You click on
Oh,
video
that is where it is. You're right.
and
Well,
video.
but it doesn't have to blur as an option. That's weird.
It doesn't.
No.
What about video filter?
Video filter.
No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, weird.
Oh,
just
well.
It's just got weird things that we can't use for television.
Right. I'll just
You can also upload a picture and put it behind you.
that's too much work. I'll just have the pile of crap and then my wife will get mad at me for it, but it'll be okay.
It's not that a pile of crap. That's man stuff. Hey Brandon, how is golfing going? Tonight
Great.
tonight's a special episode. It's the we're all going to jail episode.
Oh, great. So I should go back
why
to the
are
golf
we
course,
all
right?
going to jail?
Well, because we're bad weathermen.
Oh yeah, well that's true.
You know, most people don't know that it's highly illegal to give bad weather predictions.
Oh,
Yeah, well that's why Environment Canada gives 500-kilometer wide severe thunderstorm warnings, right? Because they don't want to
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, they tornado warnings for 200-kilometer wide blocks just so they don't get it wrong.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there, a tornado is probably happening because it's illegal. This is serious stuff. So that's what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking later on about a time that we gave a bad prediction.
Today for me.
Yeah, it's the confession day. So
Today
prepare you.
today was rough. Not as rough as yesterday, but today was rough.
Rough.
Well, we managed to have good enough weather that we had no rain on the mud bog on Saturday, so that was great.
Nice.
oh. Don't you want rain on mud bugs? The muddier, the better.
Except all we've had is rain, so it would be a pond bog if it didn't stop.
Yeah. No, we have the best mud bog in the country here because the hard pan underneath doesn't allow the water to soak down into and make the gumbo deeper. So it stays the depth you want it to be. And you just build the soup and pour it into the trench and everybody drives in it.
That's awesome.
So, but is there an outlet for the water? Like, does the water flow out?
Not of the bog trenches unless it fills them up. It
'cause
can.
I was
It's
gonna
on the
say-
hillside. I mean, it's at the top of the hill.
I was gonna say if it does, then it's a fen, not a bog.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that this week.
Well, the point is a lot of mud bogs they either have soup that is so deep that guys just drive in and immediately sink, or they have trenches that are just like driving on a trail out in the bush and guys say like, why do they want to bring special trucks built for bogging in mud and then drive through the potholes they could find on somebody's field lanes? So,
Or in Brandon Houck's house.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
So we
great.
actually have a guy that goes in there with an excavator, mixes up a real good batch of mud, and he digs 2 trenches, and then we have our competitions, and it's really good.
Did you win?
Well, I didn't have a truck in it this year. I'm hoping to next year.
Well, you could have run through it.
Well,
Right,
I took
ride your
pictures of
cow.
the kids running through it. I didn't have. I wasn't ready to get myself that muddy.
Imagine that if it was like a mud bog rodeo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing when we get the little kids running through the mud up to their knees, and then they're stuck. You have to go in and lift them out. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But one girl who was an announcer took the teenage run, and she gets halfway down the line, and one of the kids dropped a $5 bill, and it goes floating out into the mud, and she grabs it just before it gets muddy and carried it to the end of the line and carries it back up to the announcement stand and says, $5. Did somebody lose $5? And this little kid comes over. I dropped $5 when I was out there walking in the mud. And she said, here it is.
Nice.
'Cause it's good that every town has that kind of like, that thing. Like I know back in Madoc, Ontario, we had for the 125th anniversary of Madoc, and that was back, probably 25 years ago or something now, or 30 years ago, or I don't know. I'm getting old, so I forget. But they had not 1, but 2 days of demolition derbies, so that was awesome. It's still the wood stove is going in my house. I got this. I still don't want to take off my sweater, which is covered in dog hair. I'm a terrible TV guy. I look like
Huh?
fucking shit.
You look like dog hair.
I look like dog hair. How's it going, Imogen?
Pretty okay. Pretty okay.
Oh, pretty okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. I mean, obviously there's lots going on, but you gotta do your intro. It's 7. Where's Frankie? Kool-Aid Manning in.
Kool-Aid
He's
Man.
coming. He's in jail though. That's why.
Jail.
What Frankie do?
Imogen, you are less than 100 kilometers from me.
Oh boy, another stalker. How refreshing.
Yes, from afar.
From
You know what? They're not all
the other side of the bay.
They're not all boots on the ground outside my front door. For real though, there's like 1 or 2 a year kind of pops up. So
Yeah,
whatever.
I've interacted with women in TV media in Washington, and like, man, the stuff it's just, we should have a night where you just go through the messages that you get from people.
Oh yeah.
What's really weird is it's we tend to think like that the more insane and psychotic stuff comes from guys, but the most unhinged and deranged stuff has been from women. Like there
Oh, I believe you.
yeah, like there was a girl about a year ago who started like dressing like me, and it was going in a real Selena direction. Not gonna
Holy fuck.
yeah, she started doing she was doing her hair like she tried to do her hair like me. She was trying to look like me. She tried to recreate a bunch of my photos. Like it was disturbing the degree that the lengths that this girl went to. If we were in the same place at the same time, she would actually get violent. She would have tantrums, get violent, and like to make me leave so she could be me. It was weird. It was
Next thing you know, she like, yeah, next thing you know, she got you like in a hole, like,
oh, it was
puts the lotion on the skin.
oh yeah, she was totally going into Silence of the Lambs, like Selena direction. Like it was weird. It was very weird.
That's too bad that this has already happened, because that's what I was gonna do.
You know what? There's room for another. There's an opening for one of those this year. I'm not sure what happened. I think she's sort of like having a cool down period. She disappeared. I don't think she's gone. Those types don't go, but she's definitely cooling off right now. So at the moment, there is a short-term opening.
All right.
A psycho of that magnitude. I got good security, so I'm good.
I see I'm ready.
Hey, Frankie, good to see you. Good. If you're ready, then I'm pretty much ready. And I'll pull this in. I'm still so covered in hair. Should I take my sweater off? Seeing as I'm so covered in hair, I guess so.
Is that a euphemism for shaving your back?
I've had the wood stove going for about an hour and a half, and it's still like cold in here. I mean, the sun only broke out. Anyways, okay, I'm about to hit record.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Listeners at C488.7 FM Prince George, CKUW 95.9 Winnipeg, CFBX 92.5 Kamloops, and of course, Rogers Television in Vancouver Island. This is the Comedeorological Report. I am Joey Only, your host up here in Wales, British Columbia. This is your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada and beyond. Well, sometimes it sucks around the world. Sometimes it sucks in the continent. But, it seems like more and more of our guests, more and more of the comedeorologists are moving to Canada. So this is good. We have less American reports to give you and more Canadian reports this week. So that's good news. So we'll be talking to Mark Ingalls about that in a little bit. So today, this week's theme is we're all going to jail because we're bad weathermen. And we'll be talking about that today. This is really serious stuff. We're all going to jail on the Comedeorological Report. Okay, so every week we talk to the star of the show off the top of the hour. That's Frankie McDonald. We'll have him in about 30 seconds time. Then we have Brandon Houck, the radio weatherman out there in Brooks, Alberta. He's sitting by right away because he's got the biggest, most important hockey news in all of Canada to talk about. And you know it, the Brooks Bandits have won the Rocky Mountain Cup. So we'll be talking about that. That's the most important hockey news, of course, as far as I'm concerned. And then we have our associate producer, Imogen Bailey. She has showed up. Good to see her. And we got Mark Ingalls, the meteorologist. He's in Surrey, British Columbia, not in Portland. Great. And of course, the cowboy himself, Hilding Donaldson, out there in Grassy Plains. My good friend Hilding Donaldson joins us once again. So that's the cast of the show so far. We never know who's going to show up. I think Gabriel Berardo, the rapping weatherman, might come. We do have a clip from Joe Stover to play today. And I went and saw B.A. Johnston, Seaford Radio in Prince George, sponsored B.A. Johnston to come play in Prince George there at the Omanika Center on Tuesday. And I was there and took some video. I filmed the whole show actually, and from that I was able to edit down BA's. Because I can't air any of the offensive stuff on television, So I was able to find
It's
3
a
minutes.
cable access TV, like Community Channel 10 back in 1990s in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Can't air any of stuff like that on Channel 10, Community Channel 10, like the local community access TV in my area.
So luckily, though, Frankie, because I filmed the whole show, I was able to find 3 minutes of usable footage from BA's show. So we'll show some of that tonight too. So and we got Justin Ordle showing up from Weather Center in Manitoba. So that'll be good to have him. I think we got a whole cast here tonight. Well, if any further ado, Frankie McDonald. How's the weather so far? How you doing so far, buddy?
Doing great so far. It's really, really hot in California right now, and you get lots of rain in Ontario right now. Montreal, where base guy is at. Lots of rain going on in Montreal, Quebec, Canada right now. Then it gets lots of showers and thunderstorms in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland, in Quebec, in Ontario, Massachusetts, New York, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. A lot of those places in the States, it could be stall front possible. Could be an odd weather pattern in effect. That's going to bring a lot of cold, extremely hot air in Ontario sometime. And a few weeks later, it's going to bring extremely hot air in Ontario first. And temperature's going to be so hot in Ontario. And it's going to bring lots of thunderstorms and rain. And the next week, all across eastern United States and southeastern United States, it's going to be extremely hot in Death Valley, California, things like this. Temperature was over 50 degrees Celsius in the Middle East. It was so hot there. I just got my brand new smartphone because you can't even hear my videos.
Yeah, and I can hear your videos now. So that's amazing, Frankie. Is that why you got the new phone? You bought a whole new phone just because of me?
Because when I took a video of myself, I can't even hear myself before I even uploaded YouTube.
Ah, okay, good. So there was something going on with that phone. What else is going on in the world, Frankie?
Lots of rain, thunderstorms, rain going on in southwestern United States too, and extremely hot temperatures up around Brazil, and lots of weather for Brazil and Venezuela and all those places. Lots of thunderstorms, rain going on in northern Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, and all these places. It's really dry in southern Brazil right now. Lots of rain, thunderstorms going on, and it's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Santiago, Chile next week. It's going to bring drier than normal temperatures, really dry weather going on in northern Chile right now because their winter starts on June 20th. Then it got a lot of snow happening in South Africa.
Really? Yeah, I heard that.
That means it could even get some South African people on Comedeorological weather, where it might get somebody from South Africa on.
Yeah, I was asking all my friends in South Africa, but it turns out I don't have any friends in South Africa.
You might get some guys from more guys in South Africa on your show.
Okay, we can do that. What else is going on in the world, Frankie? What about
oh
my God, Japan?
Lots of thunders and lots of dry weather in Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, Brazil. Then you get to lots of dry weather going on there right now. And over in Europe, and lots of cold weather in Wales, England, Scotland, Ireland right now. It's really hot in Spain and getting warm and cold fighting each other in France. It's going to be snow up in mountains in Norway. It's going to get really cold weather in Norway, Finland, Sweden next week as well. Then it got some warm air in Poland and Germany and Belarus and Moscow, Russia, and those places. It's extremely hot in Algeria, Morocco, Libya, and Egypt, and all those places. Got thunderstorms and rain going on in Turkey. Lots of rain heading towards Bosnia, Macedonia, Switzerland, Italy, and all those countries as well.
Right.
And weather over in Japan. Lots of rain coming off the coast of Japan. It's really humid there right now. They got some warm air, cold air fighting each other in Osaka and Sapporo, Japan. Lots of the rain and thunderstorms going on in China right now. Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand. A lot of rain thunderstorms going on in Cambodia, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam, Laos, and those places, and Myanmar, and all those places. A lot of rain thunderstorms going on right now. over in India. A lot of rain going on in southern India right now. It's extremely hot in Delhi, India. It's so hot in India right now because they'll be transitioning from summer to monsoon season the end of the month. It's extremely hot in Afghanistan too. In Iran, it's extremely hot too. And the weather in northern Africa, lots of rain, thunderstorms going on in Nigeria and Ghana and all those places. And in Africa, you'll probably get somebody from Nigeria and Ghana on your show at some point.
Yeah, we could do that.
And that
When
means
I don't know anybody from those countries. I'm not even popular in Canada, to be honest.
And the weather in southern Africa, lots of dry weather going on. They had snow in South Africa, then they got some warm air, cold air fighting each other. It's turned drier in South Africa next week because they had the big snowstorm. We got summer-like weather heading for South Africa later next week. Then they got a big, sometime the end of June, we got another set of cold air heading for South Africa. Possibility more snow in the forecast. And high pressure goes counterclockwise in southern hemisphere.
Yeah, it does. It does the exact opposite, doesn't it?
Lots of dry weather. They got some showers and thunderstorms in eastern Madagascar, Africa, and they got some showers and forecasts in Mozambique as well, and weather in Australia, and lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in southeastern Australia. It's getting cold weather heading towards Sydney, Australia next week. Then they got lots of rain coming off the coast of southern Australia. Then they got some rain heading for Perth, Australia as well. And down in the weather for New Zealand is lots of warm weather in New Zealand lately, drier. Then it's going to cause rain there. Then you got cold weather heading for New Zealand next week as well. Then you got lots of rain forecast in New Zealand. You got snow in Queenstown, New Zealand, up in the mountains of New Zealand as well. And it's dark, go 24 hours a day in Antarctica. It's daylight 24 hours a day up in the Arctic.
Excellent, Frankie. Thank you for the world weather report. Very well done. Very well done. Joining our cast, we now had Hank Leester show up as well as Justin. So we have Brandon, Manitoba represented, and we have Wilkie, Saskatchewan represented. Does anybody in the panel of Comedeorologists have a question for Frankie McDonald? Frankie, I don't know if you know this, but the theme for tonight is we're all going to jail because we're bad weathermen. We're all going to jail except Pete. He's going to die. That's the theme of the show tonight.
I've got a question for Frankie.
Yes.
Okay, Mark.
Frankie, should I get ketchup flavored chips or all dressed flavored chips now that I'm in Canada?
All dressed.
Okay, thank you.
Down in the States, they call it ketchup. In Canada, they call it ketchup.
Right. Any other questions for Frankie McDonald?
You know, I was just thinking he needs to start charging some money. He's got his own big cardboard cutout there, you know. Whenever somebody takes a picture, you know, charge like 25 cents.
Oh, man.
If Frankie was greedy, man, you know, if
Yeah.
he was greedy.
That's pretty cool, though, Frankie. That's awesome, man.
Justin, there. Can I get you to change your phone to a landscape?
I am on. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's just the television screen.
Oh, sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Excellent. Good to see you. Good to see you. Any more questions for Frankie here on the panel?
Yeah.
Have you had poutine lately, Frankie? People were talking about
Long time
poutine.
ago.
Oh, not recently.
And did you hear about this? I think it's great so far. I'm having a great day, and it's mild outside in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. It's got foggy outside in Sydney right now.
Mm.
Yeah, you got some bad weather coming to the Maritimes still in the next couple of days too, don't you? Some risk of thunderstorms tomorrow there. All that bad weather that's in Quebec right now. Is coming your way.
Not in my area, but other areas.
Yeah, it's not coming quite to Sydney, is it?
It's going to be hitting New Brunswick. It's going to hit in Quebec, where Base Guy is, Montreal.
It's there right now. If there's no
Base
other further,
Guy Studio is under reconstruction as of right now. I repeat, Base Guy Studio is under reconstruction.
Can you
if
repeat
there's
that
no
again?
other question, oh sorry, Imogen, go ahead.
Can you repeat that again?
Base Guy Studio is under reconstruction.
That's Base Guy Studio. If there's no other questions for Frankie, we'll have more from Frankie. We also got some Frankie videos this week to
Yes.
play for you. So we will get to him. But until then, first we must go to Brooks, Alberta, and talk to Brandon Hauk, our constant, one of the originals on the show. Been here for like 135 episodes as well. So good
Wow.
to see you, Brandon Hauk, once again.
Yes, I thought you were saying I've been here for 135 years. I'm like, whoa, that's a long time.
Well, you have. You're
I
a
guess
lot older than you
I'm
look.
ancient. That's right.
Well, the most important hockey news in the entire country is the Brooks Bandits have won the Rocky Mountain Cup.
Yes, we have. We defeated the Surrey Eagles over the weekend for the Rocky Mountain Challenge.
So Mark moved to a losing town.
Good job.
That's
Yeah, sorry
fine.
about that.
We beat Portland,
you have
beat
a-
Prince George.
Yeah, he's like, hey, there's too much
Did you
winning
lose
going on around
your-
here.
Did you lose your ball today, Brandon?
Oh, on the golf course. Actually, no, I did not lose
Yeah.
my golf ball today. I shot it straight and it didn't go in the water, it didn't go in the bunker. It stayed right in the middle of the fairway. So I think I shot a pretty good game today. Yeah.
What do you got in the for Western Canada weather, Brandon?
Western Canada weather. Oh, Western
The Brandon
Canada.
Hauk report.
That's right.
I forgot to say it.
Yeah, you forgot to say it. Like, come on. Okay, so Western Canada weather. We've had some, had some bumpy weather this past week, especially on Monday, where we had a few, actually a couple pretty good thunderstorms roll off in through central region of the province, and officially at least 5 tornadoes touching down in central Alberta. 4 just south of Camrose there. One was a hybrid tornado, at least. I think the others were pretty close to land spouty kind of things, but
Although
all
one in
rated
Edinburgh was
EF
quite
zeros.
beautiful.
Oh yes, the one especially is very, very beautiful, no doubt. And all rated EF zeros from the official report today. And there was one that did a little bit of damage to some shingles and such, and bent a tower and such. So yeah, that was I think that was that one pretty big tornado that we saw that was really close to Edinburgh there. So yeah, very active start to the week here, and very windy, especially through the middle of the week. Last couple of days, I know Saskatchewan just had the wind for the last 3 days. Some areas gusting over 90 kilometers an hour, and we had those winds a couple of days ago. Today was pretty much our calmest day of the week, so it was very perfect for golf.
And today being, I forgot to say off the top of the show, Thursday, June 6th, the
That's
80th
right.
anniversary of D-Day today. So just so everybody listening out there doesn't get confused about weather talk, weather predictions, which week and which days we're talking about. If you're hearing us on the radio next week sometime when we get replayed, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, Brandon.
So yeah, now as we go into next week, we have the same area of low pressure still circulating over the prairies. And we actually have snow falling in northern Saskatchewan right now, as of June the 6th here. So far way up near the Northwest Territories, it's cold enough for snow, and it's accumulating quite rapidly up there at this time as well. And that cold front is going to sag its way towards south. So earlier this week, we were thinking, oh, we're going to really heat up this weekend and see our temperatures push near 30. Now that cold front's nah. That not going to be the case, as it's going to be dropping down from the north, and we're going to see our temperatures plummet on Saturday. So today and tomorrow will be low 20s still, so nice start to the day. And then Friday into Saturday, expect those temperatures, especially as we get through the weekend, the 8th of June here. Temperatures will be only in single numbers for daytime highs in parts of Alberta and Saskatchewan. And with a gusty northerly wind, some showers to go along with that, and even areas like Fort McMurray and a couple of higher terrain might even get a few wet flurries with that as well as we get into the weekend. So it's not going to be pleasant, especially as we're in the month of June here. So we'll see that cold front go through the weekend, cool us down, and then we'll warm up afterwards. So we'll see our temperatures recover into next week and get back to the 20s. And looks like we may have some opportunity for some thunderstorms and possibly pretty close to severe weather, possibly towards the middle of the week there. And now, since we're talking about going to jail here, I got a couple of
Well, it sounds like those some of those forecasts were really off. I mean, we were expecting hot weather, and you know that in Canada, it's illegal to give a false weather report. So, I mean,
That's right.
these are serious charges. So, Brandon, we're all confessing tonight. When's the time that you got the weather wrong?
When's the time when I got
Over
never?
over in Singapore, it's illegal. It's it can't jaywalk in Singapore over there because they're really strict.
They're
Oh,
really
yeah.
strict in Singapore.
So
Well,
speaking
technically,
of illegal stuff, so in Australia, Queensland, there, a man he got caught stealing bananas, right, at a market there, and all he stole was bananas. That's right, and he was
I'm
driving.
shocked this wasn't Vegemite.
Oh yeah,
oh, ew.
but
And
yes.
So,
So
and if you're here, but this deportation means a kick to the country.
that's right.
Did he get kicked out of Australia for stealing bananas?
I don't know, but he was driving a Maserati, a luxury vehicle, while stealing bananas. So he actually didn't really need to steal the bananas,
Yes, he did. He spent all his money on his Maserati.
Yeah, you don't know what that car payment's like, man.
You can't afford bananas. You can't afford gas. I can't afford.
It wasn't he able to get away in his Maserati?
He couldn't afford
Well,
gas.
that's how he got away. He got caught on camera, so now they're upping security at this market now because he got. Well,
Because of
they caught him, but he got away. So
the Maserati bandit pilfered all their
Maserati
bananas
bandit.
and made a break for
Okay.
it.
And then Air India, this flight crew got caught smuggling gold in their butts. So there you go.
There you go. They're all going to jail except
They're going to
Pete.
jail.
He's gonna die.
And
Okay.
did you
so
hear about this? In Russia, you can't speak against the government.
you can't speak against the government or give false weather reports in Russia. Brandon, so the new tradition on the show is going to be, to make this easier for me, after you give your weather report, you get to pick the next person.
Oh, I get to pick the next person. Well. Who do we have here? Well, we haven't heard from Justin for a few weeks here, so I'll pick him. You're it.
I like it. I like it. Justin Ortel out there in Brandon, Manitoba. How you doing so far?
Good. Lots of skeeters out here. We've anyone who lives in Manitoba or obviously follows the weather knows we've had ample moisture this spring so far. So, oh yeah, all the bugs are definitely out, and it's kind of actually been nice. As much as I've hated the wind the last few days, it's actually helped keep those bugs away. So now the wind is calming down out here, and they're hungry, obviously, and I better watch out. They're gonna get me, but yeah, I agree with what Brandon was saying. That is definitely a plunge of colder air coming for the weekend. Places in Manitoba, Swan River, Western Manitoba, the Duck Mountains and Riding Mountains could get a touch of frost there on Saturday night with that cold front coming down. So definitely might be time to put some blankets over those
Hi,
plants.
everybody. I came in late, but I'm with Justin in the Manitoba Weather Center. So,
But yeah, anyways, I know there's been, again, with all that rain, a lot of farmers haven't even been able to seed yet. So they're reaching those, that time frame where if they don't get their crop in the ground, they won't get crop insurance for those crops. Yeah, it's been an interesting spring so far. I hope we get some heat coming soon. I'd love to go for, a storm chase soon. Hopefully we get some active weather, but I think it'll be nice this weekend to get things a little calmer in regards of wind and, get some more sunshine across Manitoba.
We're all going to jail because, except for Pete, he's going to die. It's illegal to give false weather reports. What's the time you gave a bad weather report, Justin?
I was trying to think about that. Probably, I think it was a couple years ago where this big Colorado low was supposed to come, and we all know how they like to work sometimes. Looks like they're coming right towards you, and then they'll just kind of divert and go into Ontario or out west towards Alberta. And I had forecasted like over 30 centimeters of snow, and everybody was saying, well, not even snowflakes flying outside. That was a big dud.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, and that's the thing is that you can have that location change very significantly in that part of the country. Whereas here in BC, it's like if bad weather's coming to the coast, I mean, everyone's going to get a little bit of the bad weather probably somewhere, somehow, right?
Yeah.
So the tradition of the show, for now on going forward, you get to pick the next person.
Okay. Well, let's hear from Hilding if he's on here tonight.
Hilding Donaldson, my good friend in Grassy Plains. How you doing, friend? You're on mute.
Joey, I just popped in. I'm a bit late. I was at a movie.
Okay. Yes. Hilding.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've been having blustery clouds, a few good soaker showers every day here for the past week. But we've also had sunshine every day, and we're having some nice sunshine now, and there's little patches of blue sky all over the place. So basically, it's good for our pastures, and it's not too wet that everybody's complaining. So we're actually really enjoying the weather that we're having right now. And last Saturday, of course, we had the mud bog, and while it was cloudy and my videos turned a little bit dark colored, we managed to get the whole mud bog through with only one tiny squall of sleet and no rain. So that was an interesting one. So yeah, we've got getting into our season where our hay is growing and we're expecting to get a crop. We're happy for that. Had an interesting one this week. The bull decided that he didn't want to eat hay anymore, and he jumped over the fence and gets out into the hayfield. And after he drives it 3 times, we finally had to turn him out to the pasture where he could be with some cows.
That settled him down quick, eh?
Yep. Well, he was a bull that didn't test right, and we should have shipped him, but we missed his last sale. So he's not necessarily bringing money anyway.
Right. When's the time you got a farming prediction wrong, Hilding?
Farming prediction wrong? Pretty much every year. But about 2 years ago, one time I predicted that the rain had quit and we were going to have some good weather. So I went out and mowed down a field of hay, and it was 2 months later before we could bale it. So we ended up having to just pasture it because it was so black it wouldn't have even made bales.
There was a lot of that in 2021 too, I believe. When it turned rainy, everything you couldn't get hay off. Who do you pick to go next, Hilding?
Let's see what Mark has to say about his move up to Surrey.
I expected you to say that. Mark Ingalls, meteorologist Mark, you got your new job in Canada. You've escaped from the Trump regime. So as you saw, I made a small meme this week where Donald Trump's, he's in his golf car with Eric, and there's about 10 police cars behind them, and then my caption was, here's Don making a run for the border. And that meme went super viral. It's been shared like 5,000 times. And I have like this angry, nonstop stream of Americans writing me hate mail and like insane messages, really, really insane things that they're saying to me, right? And these guys, they're trolling. They're just on there. They've left like 20 comments telling me to get a life, and the one guy's got 73 friends. I thought, wow, you're really telling me to get a life. You got one friend for every year of your sorry life, but.
I'd
Sure,
be willing to bet that only about 3% of those people have ever had passports in their life.
Yeah. So, I'm not afraid of their death threats, but anyways, welcome to Canada.
Thank you. Yes, I am here in Surrey. It is great. It will be better when I am not here alone and have my family up here with me. But yeah, it's pretty fun. About a few weeks ago, we came up to do the work permit stuff, and my daughter was great sitting in the customs office. We were there for about an hour and a half, and the first thing she asked for after we get on Highway 99 coming into Surrey was McDonald's. And I was like, you know what? We can go to McDonald's. You didn't make any fuss. Like, you just sat there in this government office for an hour and a half. And so we go to McDonald's, and I discover that poutine is on the menu, and it's only $1.80. And it does not have to be very good at $1.80. So it was acceptable. And the first thing I hadn't even been in Canada for half an hour, and had some poutine. So it was good. I love poutine just in general. So I'm very excited to be here.
Now do yourself a favor. And the
they-
next time you're at the store, get yourself Hawkins cheesies,
Yes.
and we'll talk about it next week.
All
Okay,
right.
hold on. Are
My
Hawkins-
dad
are
loves Hawkins cheesies. They're the
specifically-
best
are Hawkins
cheesies on the planet.
specifically a Canadian thing? Is
Yes.
that unique to Canada?
Yeah, they're made
Well,
in
we-
Belleville, Ontario. With the dairy farm that I grew up on, some of
Yeah.
the milk we sent went to Hawkins cheesies.
We
Seriously.
we don't have them in the U.S.
They're
Okay.
made with real cheese, and that's why B.A. Johnston has his Hawkins. He rocks the hawk. His song about
Yeah.
Hawkins cheesies, and he went around the audience pouring Hawkins cheesies in their mouth while he sang
Oh.
this
Dear Lord.
in Prince George.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
One last question about the whole spot the difference between Canada and US thing. Kinder eggs. What's the deal with Kinder eggs? I've heard that they're banned in the US, but they're available here.
Yeah, well, in the U.S. they're banned because they're a choking hazard for children. You see,
yeah, we don't-
because we don't in the U.S. we don't trust our parents to watch their kids.
You know what else is a choking hazard? Is bullets.
It could also be argued that in Canada we care less about children choking on things. It's natural selection. I might get in trouble for saying that.
It's
Well-
so rare because our
Darwin.
children are so much smarter than American kids.
So, which one would you rather have? Canadian natural selection or American lazy parenting?
Canadian bacon.
They're both natural selection. We could argue that they're both natural selection. It's you're selecting which of your children will live by not paying attention, or just giving them things and seeing.
One of both the Russian parents.
Well, I think the Russian parents are Russian to get out.
They're doing it different.
Over
Good
Russia.
one.
What things you can't do in Russia.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can't do in Russia, but something you can do in Oregon is stand outside in the rain because they had a Category 4 atmospheric river in the last week. This brought a little bit of rain to British Columbia, but down there, this is like atmospheric rivers definitely happen on the West Coast into
Then they got the
June.
La Nina developing off the coast in Ecuador. That's another thing.
Yes, and that's going to bring a lot of atmospheric rivers to BC, Washington, and Oregon this winter, hopefully. That'll be
This
really
winter
nice
coming.
after the dry winter we had here. So atmospheric rivers are not uncommon this time of year, but ones of this size are, and it wasn't like there wasn't a ton of moisture. Like there was a lot, obviously, to be an atmospheric river, but what it was it lasted for like 3 days. So that was pretty interesting. More midweek action coming for BC next week with some showers in the interior. But first, we're going to get not hot by any means. We've talked about that a little bit, but it will get a little bit warmer. We did 20 here in Surrey today, and I think we're heading for 24 tomorrow. That's probably the most we're going to get. A little bit warmer inland, of course, in the lower mainland. Possible Colorado low heading over to Ontario late in the week next week, and that'll bring a shot of some eastern prairie rain. I don't know if Justin will get any of that or not, but and talking about eastern prairies, my dad of course lives in Minnesota, about 10 miles or 15 kilometers from the border there, and he was saying the same thing to me that Justin was saying, that the fields are so wet that the farmers can't plant. And like my dad's got friends there in northern Minnesota who have like tracks on their tractors instead of wheels, and even the people with tracks cannot get into their fields to plant. So I'm really glad you brought.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, at least Lake of the Woods, and Justin was saying over by Brandon. So I'm really glad you brought that up, Justin, because I was going to ask you about it. And my dad talking about this moisture, his sump pump failed to work, and it did not break. It's because he forgot to turn it on after winter ended. So he got about 3 inches of water there in his basement and lost a beanbag that was so big that my wife and I slept on it once overnight comfortably. Like we're talking, this thing is the size of it's smaller than a queen bed, but it's bigger than a twin. And he said that thing weighed about 500 pounds to carry out after it was loaded with water.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
That's what you get for not turning on your sump pump there, Dad, if you're watching there in Minnesota.
Well, my parents, 2022, their sump pump failed, and they had about 2 feet of water in their basement, and they had to redo their entire basement because that flooded during a rainstorm. Yeah, you want to make sure your sump pump's running. You have insurance claims you have to deal with.
Right. Yes. So my dad
we gotta keep
luckily,
moving here. We gotta
my
keep
dad
moving here.
luckily, nothing else. But the last thing, heat wave, possibly in week 2. So not next week, but the week after. That'll be aimed at Eastern Canada and the Northeast U.S. So
We're on.
my failed weather forecast. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah. Beat me to
I've
it.
had many as a meteorologist. Today,
How many people died?
luckily 0 because I do not do that kind of forecasting. That's one of the best parts about my job is when I screw up, nobody dies. We may lose $100,000, but nobody dies. So today I forecast
Officially,
now,
after they lose $100,000.
I forecast now for an energy market in the U.S. called PJM. It basically goes from Chicago to the Atlantic coast. And today I said that the thunderstorms were going to be oriented in Virginia and Washington, D.C. and miss Baltimore. And they did form in Virginia, but then in Maryland as well. And so it rained in Baltimore, not in Washington, D.C. And that messed up how energy load was distributed in PJM. And so today, I don't know how much money. I don't think we lost any money because the traders were able to get out of those trades. But yep, today I screwed up the forecast for Maryland. So that was nice.
Oh, welcome. Good work. Hey, you know, it happens. We're all going to jail for it. You gotta pick somebody. We gotta go quick. We got so
Let's
much
go to
go
Imogen, right across the strait there.
Oh, good. Great. What I do to you? It's, I have never had a terminal weather error. I have never thrown lightning bolts that I shouldn't have been throwing. I have never thrown a lightning bolt and blown up a power transformer, although I do insist that we get piranha rain every once in a while, or at the very least frog rain. I'm just usually incorrect on it. It happens occasionally, just not here. So I'm right, just not at the right place or time. Does that count? That count? I think that counts. I'm going to say that counts, and therefore I am an amazing weather predictor.
Agreed.
Right? Yeah, that's it for weather. Victoria's damp and sunny, and then bright and damp. And today is just more bright and damp and sunny and damp. Ground's dry, it's not raining, blue skies, but it's somehow damp. High humidity, always. But nothing fatal, nothing worth going to jail for, nothing that exciting. And now I'm sad. Thanks, Joey.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And Mark pointed out earlier, that's why, because it's illegal to give a false weather forecast in Canada, that's why Environment Canada is such big warning in areas. That's why the 200-kilometer wide tornado warning that happened in Northern Ontario this week is because of that. We haven't talked to Saskatchewan yet. So would you maybe we're running out of people. We're running out of provinces, Imogen. You're probably going to have to pick Saskatchewan.
What do we have left? Like,
will I have a chance?
Yeah,
I'm in Winnipeg.
Guess. I mean, I kind of want to hear another Frankie update. So, like, Frankie, tell me, where in the world has had some piranha rain most recently? Where's the most recent animal rain been?
Rain cats and dogs in southern India because they're in the monsoon season in southern India.
Best answer ever.
And South Africa's getting a lot of snow. There must be bringing a lot of snowstorms in South Africa lately.
There you go. So Hank Leister, you've been waiting outside patiently. We haven't talked to anyone from Saskatchewan yet.
Yeah, and we will get to you, Michael. We will get to you.
Yeah, well, you
Brandon.
said you were with Justin, so that's what we did Manitoba. So anyways, we're in Saskatchewan right now.
Yeah. Brandon was right. It has been windy here in Saskatchewan. And to continue the conversation about, forecasts that went awry, for me, the one that was most embarrassing was just my friend and I in a vehicle. And we had a big storm near us. And I was watching radar. And I thought I was watching live radar, but it wasn't, as it turned out. But anyway, she's driving, my friend Cynthia. I'm in the passenger seat watching radar. We got a storm right out my window that I can bloody see. And I'm staring at the radar telling her, keep going. It's going to come in behind us, I think. And she's looking out the windshield kind of in my direction going, Hank, what are you talking about? It's coming right on top of us. The thing that happened was I was looking at radar that was like 18, 20 minutes old, and it hadn't refreshed because we were in a bad cell area. And so I was giving her bad information when I could have just been seeing the storm with my own two eyes. And luckily, nothing bad happened, but it's lucky we never didn't get some good sized hail on us, you know? So yeah, that sort of thing can happen. We had here in Wilkie a very unusual, and it was just localized. We normally only get, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain in a given day. That's about it's really rare to get over 20 millimeters here in Wilkie. But on Monday, we had storms move in around midnight, and it was just rainstorms. So all the lightning was done at about 11:30, 12 o'clock midnight. But by the time everything got to Wilkie, there was no lightning left in it. But then on Tuesday morning, I checked my rain gauge, and 61 millimeters, all in like 18 hours.
That's
I
wild.
couldn't even believe it because it must all happen mostly when I was sleeping, and it must have just been a train of rainstorms, one following the other one. That happens sometimes.
Good to see you, Hank. Good to see
That
you,
was
Hank.
really unusual. To put it in perspective, last year in the months of August, September, October combined, those 3 months, which are low rainfall months, I know, but the 3 month total was 41 millimeters. And this week we had 61 millimeters in just one day, less than a day. Anyway.
So that does put it in perspective. Thank you. Good to see you, Hank. Thanks for that report.
Yeah.
So the tonight's theme is we're all going to jail because we're bad weathermen. We got the baddest weathermen just showed up actually down in southern Ontario. Gabriel, can I get you to put your phone sideways?
Yeah, sure.
Landscape.
Sorry
Excellent.
about that.
You got a rap.
phone-
You got some rap for us this time, man. We haven't seen you in so long. How's it going, Gabriel?
I know. I've been okay. Tracking everything. I know that you've seen a few of my my Instagram or my what was it on Facebook posts, right? About that yeah, I've been, just posting all this, this oh my god, man, I could not talk today. Jesus. Sorry, but yeah, I've been posting, all of the
Spit it out, buddy.
the
Spit it
updates
out.
on the storms, and all that stuff. And I've been okay. Rapping wise, I haven't really rapped in a while. I don't know. I could, although it might be a little bit rusty. I don't know.
Now, what do you say, guys? How about we give him 1 week to prepare, or he goes to
Yeah,
jail?
yeah.
Well, Gabriel, how rusty do you think you'd be? When's the last time you did it? How rusty?
About a week ago.
It's not rusty.
That's
You
a long
jerk.
time. I haven't played a show in 5 years, and I can still rule.
Well,
Come on.
look, the last time I was even on here, I think it was like Christmas time or something. I don't know, right? Right? I don't know.
So it's
I
good
know
to
a
have,
few of you guys. So
it's good to have a script when you come on the show because I find my shows are better when I do scripts. Even I just have something written out to kind of say. So, even a little bit of humor mixed in.
yeah. I just I'm on here just to see how everybody is, right? I don't have any script prepared. I don't really usually have one. Usually I just say we're gonna get this, some storms in the next
freestyle. That's
Mhm.
just freestyle.
We love
Well,
you
I
just
mean,
as you
yeah,
are, G.
yeah, that's what normally I
We do
come
have
on.
to keep moving because I still got some things we got to do tonight.
Okay, okay,
And
okay, guys, go ahead.
so we if you don't have a rap next week, Gabriel Berardo, GB, the rapping weatherman down there in Toronto, we will send you to jail.
Yes, sir.
We're all going to jail except Pete. He's going to die. That's the theme of the show tonight. We still haven't. Let's go back to Manitoba. Mike, how's it going there, in Manitoba?
Pretty good actually. I'm surprised that it's a lot cooler than average here. Like today, it's like woke up this morning and it's cold enough you had to put like shorts on. I was talking to Justin and he said that it has been like a lot cooler than average and wetter than average this year. I'm kind of concerned about the crops that they're not going to plant this year, and if they don't plant, then we also have to kind of suffer. So I'm hoping that there's some change because when I went to the Whiteshell this weekend, I went to the Whiteshell at a retreat this weekend, and I was eaten alive by mosquitoes, probably the size of some of them are like really big, really like adult-sized mosquitoes. But the water level and the moisture in the grass was just like absolutely sopping wet. So I confirm Mark Ingalls is right, but I do hope the weather warms up a little bit because Environment Canada the last couple of days has been saying next week we're going to go into the high 20s. And I would say that this is not June weather. This is more like leprechaun March weather being thrown at us in a summer fashion. I think the only thing that needs to change is there. I think that the northwest flow has to get out of here, and the southwest flow comes back because this weather is making me tired, groggy, sleepy, and there's not a lot of sun, and I need that sun to have my energy levels. So hope there's some change and some big storms over the coming weeks because I've been riled up and I'm like, okay, I'm excited, but then we get hit with a massive rain, that storm we had earlier last week. It turned from a squall line into a rain mess. So something isn't right with the climate in Manitoba this summer. I hope there's some change to that because Justin and I are excited for storm chasing, or at least storms.
Hey, thank you, Mike.
I got fun for you, Michael. Look, there you go.
There you go. Some sunshine. So I still got Frankie. You ready for videos? We still got videos to play. It's important we play these this week. And we do have Joe Stover report. So that's why we came back to Manitoba. We got Joe Stover at the top of the videos.
I didn't come prepared, so that's why I don't look good. I'm gonna wear a dress shirt.
Okay, and then we got some Frankie videos, and then we got of course CFR, CKUW, and CFBX are all radio stations that love to play B.A. Johnston. So we got a little B.A. Johnston report from my trip to the show. If you're Frankie's ready, I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Let me know when you can see it.
Hey, there's Joe.
Okay, one sec here.
Howdy, folks. Joe Stover here, your Northern Manitoba correspondent for the Comedeorological Report. The continuing rain has finally stopped here in Churchill after almost 3 days of downpours, about 40 millimeters so far, which isn't so bad considering it was pretty dry here. But what does that mean for the mosquitoes? Well, it means that they'll probably rule the roost up here for the rest of the summer, unless we get some below freezing weather after it heats up next week. But I dare say that we may have seen the last of the sub-zero temperatures until maybe September, which makes me sad because I hate summer. Give me hoodie weather all year and I'd be a happy camper. Anyway, next week we'll have highs of up to 15 degrees with a lot more sun than we've had over the last week. So that's great news for the sun lovers. I am not one. But if you are, well, la-di-da. I will end this segment with a poem. I assume that's why you tuned in today, was to hear some poetry, so here you go. The weather, it is crappy, but I've never been so happy to have a group who jibs the jab of whether or not it's good or bad. Joey hosts, Imogen produces, and Frankie is the boss, better than Bruce is. Brandon tells you what's up in the prairies, If weather is ice cream, this show is the dairy. Here's a cheesy type of joke. Joey's the only one who's been in the smoke. I had to make those two rhyme. I'll try to be better, though comedy is great when it's covered in cheddar. The rain has left us on Old Hudson Bay. They say warmer temperatures are just days away. I won't jump for joy. In fact, it's a bummer that we have to deal with the season that they call the summer. I want it cold. I know Frankie agrees. We like it when we can go outside and freeze. I'd rather have snow. I'd rather it frosty. The toll 30-degree weather takes on my body is costly. I'm a pale-skinned ginger. What can I say? The sun tries to kill me nearly every single day. The hotter the better, I hear lunatics yell. To which I say, they can go straight to hello everybody, welcome to our sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now back to the show.
This is not a
With
test.
apologies to Washboard Hank.
That's all.
The Washboard Hank song.
In colonial countries that don't even speak English. Hey everybody, my dad, Frankie McDonald. That speaks before I bought my new phone.
You can't hear it, Frankie?
My dad wrote lyrics. He played his own guitar by himself. He played a guitar all by himself. He mastered a song. He wrote his own song. My dad, Frank McDonald, made his song spinning around on his SoundCloud. Mystic Mist. My dad, Frank McDonald, wrote lyrics for that. He's writing a lot of songs. He's making a lot of music lately. You guys can give it a listen to my dad's latest song, Spinning Around, on his SoundCloud, Mystic Mist. My dad, Frank McDonald, wrote his own song, played the guitar all by himself, mastered a song, and my dad made his latest song on his SoundCloud, Spinning Around, on his SoundCloud, Mystic Mist. Give it a listen for Frank McDonald.
This next song is a song about when your mother buys you an industrial-sized box of dark meat chicken nuggets for a very late christening gift. And then she has the audacity to refuse to cook you the chicken nuggets. I roll over in the middle of the night. I toss some shrimp in and go back to sleep. Then later on, when I wake up on delicious deep fried shrimp, I shall sup. Got a deep fryer in my bed. Prince George, got a deep fryer in my bed. Terrible.
Hey, he's taking off one sweater, and underneath that sweater is another sweater.
Did anybody see that coming?
That's exactly the same. And now he's taking off another sweater, and underneath that's another sweater. Exactly the same.
Did anybody see that coming? This next song is a song about every Hamiltonian's favorite thing in the world, which is getting cashing GST check. Give me some treats. GST. Give me some treats. GST. GST check. GST check. Give me some treats. GST. GST check. GST check. Give me some treats. GST. I deserve this. Early Christmas.
Taking off another sweater. Underneath the t-shirt, the exact same.
Where's the place to be?
Taking off the t-shirt, and now he's got no shirt.
Chicken burgers like the only. Give me some treats. GST. Give me some treats. GST. GST check. GST check. Give me some treats. GST. GST check. GST check. Give me some treats. GST. Make some mistakes tonight. We're all going to jail. Except Pete. He's gonna die. Make some mistakes tonight. And his heroes off in the sunset. As fast as he can, from the beats. Feisty fight. We're all going to jail. Except Pete. He's gonna die. Make some mistakes tonight. We're all going to jail. Except Pete. Make some mistakes tonight. We're all going to jail. Except Pete. Make some mistakes tonight.
so much. I
filmed
appreciate that.
filmed a great show for you there.
Oh, I
And
appreciate that too.
I'll send you some nice videos.
Sounds good. And the stuff that's uncensorable, we'll put on
Bleep it all
Rogers.
out.
We'll
Bleep
put
it
on
out.
Rogers TV next.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Better than Bell 5, Rogers.
Okay, guys, let's do a super tornado siren.
Oh, you win.
I'm Frankie McDonald.
Yeah, you are. Yo, on that note, Gabriel's got a beat ready.
Excellent, B. Let's go, Gabriel.
Yes, thank you guys. How could I miss a rap? Like I'm like sometimes I think and I'm just like so like you know like I have to do a rap for you guys, right? Of course I do, right? Like
Time's quick. Get it in.
all right.
Go.
Alrighty, guys. Here we go.
Want to hear this?
I like it. So, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit rusty, so I'm just letting you guys know. I'll do my best for you guys though, okay? Hear the beat good? Could everybody hear it good?
Yeah, original beats
Okay,
by
good.
Gabriel.
Man, I was on the Joey Only show. Then I told them that I only rapped about a week ago. But then for the week, man, he told me that give me what you gonna tell. You could not be one of the weathermen that's gonna go to jail. So we gotta ring up hell. So we gotta go and rap this beat. Looking at me when I get it. Everybody really wanna go and spit this heat like a witch, like a hot person from the US. Y'all already know that I bring this like I'm the weatherman on the bus. Y'all already know that I'm the weatherman and chosen material that could y'all crush. Man, I'm rapping like a damn winger. Haters, really better watch out. Haters, really better watch out. Look at everyone like I be tracking all the weather. Everybody, they gotta go and get this sweater. Looking at me, gotta go rap like a damn record setter. Looking at me like a winger, never gonna bust. Every single hater know that I be tracking the weather all over Southern Ontario. Y'all already know that I've been like Mark Robinson because I'm a hero though. Cause I've been tracking the weather in my weather network vehicle. Wherever I go, it doesn't matter cause I'm like so sober. Never stop until the weather is over. I'm lucky in more check up for these clover. These haters, they better just notice. Cause looking at me when I'm rapping, I gotta go look at the focus and focus. Now look at the haters and they gotta know what they think like I'm posting these facts in a show. When they're looking at me when I do the video, these haters they know that I spit the shit right in the studio. Man, I cannot swear on this. Hold up, wait, I gotta care on this. Cause I don't wanna be the weatherman that's gonna go to jail. Yes, I can tell. Yes, to ring the bell. Haters know that my rap flows torrential. Just like the drip on me, I got potential. Just like the storm rain is torrential. Because of it falling like hail, I'm never gonna bail out of jail. These haters know that you can't tell. I got more work than a jail cell. Yes, you know that I just go hard and never discard all these haters, man. You know that I got a card of weather. And yeah, I got a forecast. I'm never lacking. I'm always tracking. I'm forecasting these and all these money I'm stacking because I'm chasing on the road. I'm keeping up on my toes. These haters know that I just rose from the dead like the like on me on the joke. You only show somehow. I'm kind of sick in the head. How could I not do a freestyle today? How could I be just laying in my bed at like 10 o'clock at night? It doesn't make sense. I gotta go rap on the show because haters now they want to hang me like Mike Pence. It doesn't make sense, but I get the rhyme with the pencil and I get it out. These haters, they know that I'm sticking the facts and I'm keeping it wet. I'm like a drought. These haters, they just gotta know what the hell I'm about. Yes, they just know what I'm about. When I be rapping on the show, we only show many told me that you had to rap. And yes, I know I had to rap. And yes, I know I had to rap. I had to speak on the fact. These haters didn't know that I'm making the rap. Haters didn't know. They're looking at me get it when they better get a spit it for more than a minute. Cause I'm feeling infinite because they better gotta get it. Every single hater better gotta never gonna tell me because I better gotta rap. And everybody wanna see me when I ring. They're looking at me when I'm talking all the way when I change everybody, but they gotta see me rap on the beat now. Hold up, hey man, that's it. Now let me go to sleep. Come on, man, easy.
There we go. We love you. Good to see you, Gabriel. Good to
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah,
That's
don't worry about it, yeah.
Southern Ontario.
And then-
Dude,
Am I the only one who wants to see?
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky's at Frankie MacD. My Twitter's at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Linktree is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD94. My TikTok is FrankDon94. My Clapper's FrankDon94. My Twitch is FrankDon94. My Snapchat's Frankie MECDON. My YouTube channel stocks will say my LinkedIn's Frankie McDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Don. You're listening to Comedeorology Weather Report on every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
right on. That's Frankie. And thanks to extra special appearance from B.A. Johnston this week. He used to be the booking agent at Gus's Pub in Halifax, and that's when I first became friends with B.A. Johnston back in the day. Anyways, that's the show for this week. I'm Joey, only up in Wells Caribou. And you know what? We're all going to jail, except Hulk, he's gonna die. We're making some trouble
Not me.
tonight. We're all going to jail, except Frankie, he's gonna die. We're making some trouble tonight. That's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show. That's the show, Hulk.
That's not the show.
It
Ah!
is the show. You're wrong. You're going to jail now. That's the show, Justin. That's the show, Hilding. That's the show, Michael.
I'm not
That's
going
the
to
show.
jail. I gave you a rap.
Yeah, you did. That's why
Yeah, I'm
That's the
not
show,
going to-
Gabriel Berardo.
I'm not going
That's
to
the show,
jail.
Hilding Donaldson and Mark Ingalls and
That's the
Imogen
show.
Bailey. That's the show, everybody.
Go to
Bye.
jail, Gabriel. Gabriel, go to jail so you can be a real rapper.
That's
No.
the show.
That's
Frankie's
Quality
already
ending.
outta here, okay? Frankie's
Liar.
out of here, just like the old days. Like he's out of here. Like in a second. Like the show's over. He's done.
Nothing's changed in 3 years, GB.
Oh, I know.
Nothing's changed. Gabriel's been here a long time, but he's not been here.
Oh
for
yeah,
a
I've been
long
here a long
bit.
time, and my
But that's
Twitter
how the
account
rotating
got
I'm gonna
cast
head
banned.
out,
goes.
guys.
Good
See you
night,
guys
Mike.
next week.
Good to see you. Good to see you. That's how the rotating cast goes. People come and they go. Sometimes we don't see you for months. Sometimes we see you every week. And that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, no, like I should.
We haven't
Try to
seen
join
Justin
more
in like
often.
a month and a half. We haven't seen Hank in like 3 weeks. Hadn't seen Imogen in like 2 months for a while there. Felt like it. They didn't see me for 2 weeks because I was fighting a fire.
Oh yeah, I know. I watch your stuff on YouTube, like here and there. You know, like I see your videos every sort of now and then because I do. I
Well,
have
thank you
you
for
on,
being that
YouTube.
fifth person. I
Of
appreciate
course, no, no, of course, don't worry.
it. Get it. Okay.
Yeah, and my Twitter account got I don't have that one anymore. Twitter account because it got thing somehow. It got like banned somehow like a few months ago. So I actually have a new one.
Just get off Twitter. It sucks, man.
I know.
Because I just had a meme go viral on Facebook, and I've had 4,000 angry Trump people commenting and sending me hate mail.
No, yeah.
It's like you don't want to be
Yeah, it's
viral
been,
on one of these apps.
Yeah, I mean, I could go crazy if I'm on Twitter, guys. Just don't listen to me. I'm fucked. Don't listen to me. Well, that just how everything is though, right? On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's how like everybody is. Like everybody says like the same shit that I do sometimes. It's like, okay, right?
Yep. I had some hate today.
No, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, it's like oh yeah, hold on. Imogen's out too, I guess. Already?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out here. I got to find
Same,
some.
nothing. I'm gonna head out too.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks for
Yeah,
having
yeah,
me.
guys.
See ya.
See you guys later.
Nice rap. Enjoyed that.
Oh. I guess I better host here.
And he's gone.
I was looking over at something else and all of a sudden Joey's not here, and I'm like, well, I guess I better take over for 2
Oh wow,
seconds
we lost
here.
everybody really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to go to the bathroom for like the last half hour.
I thought you were going to sing "Whoopee, We're All Gonna Die" there, Joey.
Yeah. I'm gonna play my first gig in like 4 years there, Hilding. The hiking festival here in Wells asked me if I'd play it. I said, nice, thank you. Even though Artswells hasn't asked me. That's fine. It's been years, but I want to play again. And the other day I picked up the guitar and I just fucking sang Merle Haggard, and I was like, man, I still got the pipes.
Oh yeah, you do good, Joey.
Still got the pipes. I don't know why. I got sober, and after the divorce, everything was so unfun. And I was so drunk for a long time, you know. I don't know. It just took me a long time to want to come out of my shell even a little. I just wanted to fucking hide.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
we
nice to
lost.
see you back playing again. I love that.
You know, I haven't touched the guitar much, but you know, I got that feeling that I can do it. It's just right, you know, I'm ready to do it.
In the last 2 weeks, I've had collaborators coming over and spend a couple days with me each week, and we're getting ready to play some shows this summer. So I don't know if I'll be able to meet up to what you used to do, but at least we're going to try.
Yeah, I don't know if I can meet up to what I used to do. I mean, 10 years ago on Tuesday, you know, that was the 10-year anniversary of playing with 10 Doors Down. There's lots of nights like that where 10 Doors Down, 3-year anniversary, 10-year anniversary playing with 3 Doors Down, you know, and I got wasted with Brad that night and laughed and partied, and we talked till all hours of the night in the dressing room before their tour manager forced them to get on the tour bus finally, you know, way super late. And those are good memories, and that's the thing, is like so many of those memories are kind of like that, you know. It took, you know, it scared me, right? It's like yeah, I got to hang out with Gord Downey. We got so wasted, you know. It's like every one of those stories is kind of the same. It's like yeah, I don't know, am I not the same guy anymore? Will anyone care, you know? But yeah, I went to the Dayglow show, went to B.A. Johnson's shows, and it's like punk rock's got that way of wanting to get me out of just saying like, oh, I don't even care about anything. It's just, this is a party.
Yeah. No, I had a really good festival in back over at Clearwater there, and we sat around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think anybody got wasted. We just passed guitars around and played music and played music and played music, and it just seemed to get better and better and better. And it's like that's the best way to have the first festival of the season start out with everybody enjoying music so much they forget to drink. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, seeing as we lost everybody, we might as well call it a show. And
yeah. Okay. Well, it was nice being on with you again tonight.
Yeah, it's always good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Call that a show, and I'll go try to find something to eat here. And
yeah,
you know.
Let me know when you're going to perform again. I wouldn't mind seeing you again performing sometimes.
I'll probably be better than I ever was before. More dialed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Right on, buddy. We'll see you next week then. We'll see everybody next week, hopefully. Whoever's out there, if you're out there, thanks for watching.
Yeah, no, I won't be on next week. I have I'm doing a show in Vanderhoof on Thursday night. So
nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
A week after I'll be back. So yeah.
Oh, we'll look forward to that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See you next time, everybody.
Okay.